Hey guys, I hope all of you can hear me. Let me just check once and then we can start with our class. All right. So, all right. Am I live? Um, Hello. Hi guys. एक second. Yeah. All right. All right. Hi guys, hi Veer, good evening. Hello, hi guys. I hope all of you are well and life is well and you are well, dosto. So in today's session, we will be talking about how to cover your legal reasoning section for CLAT and what laws are to be covered and how will you be covering complete syllabus, passage application. Do you have to know the law? Do you not have to know the law? So all of that we'll be discussing in today's session. Hello, hi guys, good evening. I hope all of you are well. To all the beautiful girls out there, happy Women's Day, and to all the boys, happy Women's Day to the important women in your life. All right, guys. So, before we start the session, this is one thing that I want to address because this is a question that is asked by a lot of students, and it is a very valid question that whether you require coaching or not while preparing for the CLAT examination. So, when you ask this question that whether coaching is required, whether mentorship is required or not, my answer is going to be yes and no. ठीक है मतलब I genuinely feel and it doesn't matter I am teaching here, it that is there of course, but of course I want you to do your best. So requiring a coaching can be a very very personal choice. You ऐसा नहीं है कि you cannot prepare if you are doing a coaching, or you will definitely clear the exam if you are preparing with a coaching. uh, to have a mentorship only helps you with structuring your preparation. So we will talk about what coaching can help you with. So with coaching you can get a structure, like you will have a class timetable and you can go to those classes and complete your syllabus. Now when you don't have a coaching, the only problem is completing the syllabus, right? There is no single book that you can read from and just complete your syllabus of the sections, because you need to understand the topic. Like for example, in current affairs, if a news is going on, like a new creators award has been created by the government, so some question related to it, so you need to understand the background of it, like how was it set up, why was it set up. So somebody needs to explain it to you, and therefore that is being helped if you have a mentorship. The structure is given to you. For example, if you enroll in any batch, you will have a set of classes. For example, right now we have a batch called as UDAAN for CLAT, and we have a set timetable for the week. For example, yesterday we had a class at 6:30 for legal reasoning. Day before yesterday we had a class for legal reasoning at 6:30, right? So through that batch you will definitely complete the syllabus. And also the second point is practice. So throughout this preparation, practice is extremely important, because you must know how to apply the laws to the questions that can be asked in the examination. So practice can be done. If you are enrolled in a course, you will get mock tests. Through those mocks you will be able to practice. Okay, so that coaching helps you with a structure, with practicing questions. But it is not like that you can't study without a coaching if you want to do it on your own, है ना. मतलब if you want to complete your syllabus on your own, I will be telling you in today's class how can you do it in legal reasoning. It is just that it is a long process. So if you do not have an issue with that, then you can study on your own and do it on your own. Okay, so both ways we will be going according to the structure in this class today, in the video today. So this is something that I wanted to discuss before we go ahead, ki whether you require some mentorship or not. Now, if any of you wish to prepare for CLAT examination for 2025, our course is going on UDAAN, in which you will get a complete course, and you can use code Kriti B for maximum discount on this course. Now, in this particular course, there are scheduled classes through which your whole syllabus is going to be completed, and you will get a lot of mocks to practice, sectional tests to practice. Secondly, if you get a rank below 300, right, we want to make sure that our students are getting selected. So if you do get a rank below 300, your fees will be given back to you. Like whatever fees we take from you for the mentorship, for the batch, it will be given back to you. So it is not like that we are in it for just making money and we don't care about your preparation. So if you want to attend classes at the comfort of your home, just sitting at home, you can complete your syllabus, then you can join this batch and give mock tests, attend classes and complete your syllabus. Okay. Apart from that, if you want to enroll in only specific courses, like we have specific current affairs courses, we have specific legal reasoning courses as well. If you think like your maths is strong, your English is strong, your logic critical reasoning is strong, so in that particular case you can enroll in specific legal reasoning or current affair courses, again for which you can use code KRITIB for maximum discount, and you can enroll in the same, complete your syllabus from the classes and give sectional test and clear your exam. So if any of you, again not forcing anyone, but if any of you wish to study in a structured manner, you can join the classes and study through it, and class में आप आ सकते हो. ठीक है. Alright, now coming to how to prepare for your legal reasoning section in CLAT 2025. So first of all, we need to understand what is the syllabus of the CLAT examination. Now CLAT has in the past 3-4 years changed its syllabus, and therefore sometimes PYQs of previous years like 2017, 18, 16 are not very helpful, because we have to understand what is the new pattern of the examination. So first of all, in the CLAT examination, you get certain passages. In those passages, which are of about 450 words, each passage has 5 to 6 questions. Okay? Generally, there are 5 questions. Now, in those 5 questions, you're supposed to answer those 5 questions on the basis of the passage. Now, this examination is not trying to check how much of legal knowledge have you mugged up. Okay? It is not trying to check how much could you recall from the legal knowledge. It checks that whether you can apply certain law on the passage, on the factual situation given. It basically sees that can you be a good judgment person or not, and not let your emotions come in the application of law. For example, let us assume there is a passage of 450 words that tells you the definition of theft, robbery, and dacoity, and extortion as well, and explains to you the difference between these 4 situations. How is theft different from robbery, theft different from dacoity, from extortion, and all of that. Now let us assume that in the facts, now question number 1 could be that it is asking A went to B's house and took away his purse by threatening him that I will kill you if you follow me. And then the question is, which offense has been committed? And the options will be theft, robbery, dacoity, extortion. Or maybe your option is theft, dacoity, and extortion. Now the answer, and then fourth is none of the above. So some of you might feel कि none of the above should not be the answer because the criminal must be made liable. He has done a crime. But obviously remember, in your options that crime is not mentioned that he has committed, which is robbery. So your answer will be none of the above. So basically it checks that whether you are trying to be too emotional or not, and that helps to understand your applicability of the passage given to you. So when you start preparing for legal reasoning section in CLAT, the first tip that you have to remember is keep your emotions aside. अपना दिल आप बाहर रख के आइए, and then we have to prepare for the exam. ठीक है. Second of most important tip is going to be that passage reading is very very important. Sometimes we miss the word not, sometimes we don't read the word or, sometimes we miss the and word. And what does that matter? It matters because that changes your answer, है ना. So we have to keep reading till the examination so that our reading has been scrutinized, has become better. Third, we have to make sure that we know what is the topic of the passage about, है ना. Until we don't know about it, how will we answer the application based question? Now read the question. That is most important. That sometimes it happens that we don't read the passage in legal reasoning, but you must read it with cursory eyes. Sometimes, for example, in some cases exception is mentioned, in some cases exception is not mentioned. So for that we have to make sure that whenever exception is mentioned, we apply the exception. If it is not mentioned, we don't apply. So for that we will have to cursorily read the passage. Then next most important tip, I am telling you this when you prepare. So how do you go about it? So when you are applying your knowledge to the passage, make sure that you're breaking the passage in parts. ठीक है. जैसे theft है, robbery है. In the first para, theft is defined. Second para, this is defined. Third, this is defined. And fourth, this is defined. And in the last conclusion, all the differences between these four offenses are mentioned. So now we can divide the passage. So example, if a particular question relates to theft, then you don't need to read the whole passage again. You can just see to the first part of the passage, है ना. तो जैसे कि if a passage says breaking the window of a house is trespass, and a passage says breaking the window of a house is trespass except done in emergency. Now the question is, A broke B's house window as he was escaping from a murderer. So if we apply the first essential, like first part, then this is trespass, okay, because he broke someone's window. Now, but if we apply the second, if this is given that breaking is trespass except in emergency, then the answer will be it is not trespass. So we should know what is the passage saying. The answer can change according to that. If emergency is not given, then he will be liable even though he is doing a good thing. Okay? This is why I said please keep your emotions aside. Don't feel like that you have to apply your emotions so that justice could be given to the person. You have to make sure your selection happens in the exam. Jaise see, if your principal says a person who operates a drone at a height in excess of 500 feet in a public place is guilty of nuisance. So from this principle, any student can see that nuisance has 3 requirements. First, that a person is operating the drone against whom we have filed the case. Second essential is that it must be above the height of 500 feet. And third essential is it must have happened in a public place, right? So now if any fact is given to you, you can just apply these 3 essentials and you will find the right answer. So therefore we must make sure what is the sentence that we have read in the passage and try to divide it into smaller parts with essentials mentioned. Okay? Now obviously if in the facts all 3 essentials are given, only then can be the person liable. But for example, if In the passage it is given, a person who operates a drone at a height in excess of 500 feet or in a public place, है ना. Now or is mentioned. So if there is a person who is operating drone at 500 feet distance or in a public place, both will be liable for nuisance. So now the facts change, and therefore these words have to be very thoroughly understood. What is the question trying to ask you? ठीक है. जैसे here it says Sheila takes the drone and flies it to a height of 600 feet above the ground. तो is Rahul guilty of nuisance? So यहाँ पे your answer could be yes, because there is a drone above 500 feet, but he question asks if Rahul is guilty. Now we knew the person operating the drone can be guilty, so the answer will be that Rahul cannot be held guilty for nuisance. Okay. Now coming to preparing for legal reasoning, so this is your applicability, how will you answer legal reasoning section. Coming to preparing for legal reasoning sections, so guys we have 3 things that we need to prepare, and that is all. Okay, we have to prepare our 5 major subjects, ठीक है, the essentials, the main parts of 5 major subjects. Second, we have to prepare current legal affairs. Now current legal affairs is not going to be something in which we are studying everything and anything. It has to be a crisp मतलब certain important essentials, मतलब certain important news that happened in a particular month, which couldn't be a lot, so that we have to also not learn, we have to just understand what happened in that particular judgment or case or whatever in that legal news. And lastly, we have to make sure that we are practicing a lot of questions through PYQ and through passage based MCQ from sectional test or mock test. Now if you don't want to do a lot of hard work in finding this, then you can enroll in the course UDAAN, as I told you, and come to the classes. In the classes your syllabus will be completed, and if you wish you can use the code Kriti B for completing your syllabus. Matlab this I am guaranteeing that this course will make sure that your syllabus is completed. If you wish to not find take out a lot of time in finding things, this course if you enroll, then you will find all the syllabus in it and questions as well to practice, so that will be enough for you. Now if someone wishes to prepare by themselves, then the 5 subjects that they will have to prepare for will be tort law, constitutional law, criminal law, contracts law and miscellaneous laws. Okay? Now we have to understand the basics of all these 5 laws. Where do you study this from? So there are different legal knowledge websites. For example, iPleaders, secondly Legal Services India, through which you can prepare for the topics of these laws, and matlab if you are able to understand, varna you can prepare for the basics from some YouTube videos through which you can understand better. Okay? But if anybody is in the course, then they can prepare these courses. Like for example, right now we are doing torts in the course. We have started with torts, so you can come and attend the classes and prepare through the same. So we have to, and in miscellaneous laws, what all is going to be important? So family law, very important. Consumer Protection Act, your ADR, arbitration, conciliation, alternate dispute resolution. Now property law ke basics, and a little bit of your what is retrenchment and certain labor laws ke certain terms. Okay? So that will be your major miscellaneous laws that you will have to cover while preparing for legal reasoning section. Now if any of you wish to enroll in the course, so here is the course, the website is here, the link is given in the description box and you can enroll in the same. Okay? Now books and materials. So if any book you wish to prepare from for concepts, no book has comprehensive concepts, but you can prepare from AP Bhardwaj some part of it. Websites I told you, iPleaders, Academic, Mondac, Legal Services India, SCC Online, Live Law and Bar and Bench. Live Law, Bar and Bench, SCC Online, from these websites you will be preparing current legal affairs and not the basic laws. Basic laws you can prepare from these websites, iPleaders, Academic, Mondac. and Legal Services India. Okay. Now, if for example, uh, how do you, obviously they don't have the whole syllabus. So for example, you are studying consent, free consent in contract law, so you can just google the term free consent and you will find a lot of articles and prepare through those articles of these websites. So that will help you, है ना? So that way you can prepare for legal reasoning section. So that is it, guys. I will take any questions that you have, and I hope this session was helpful. This is going to be your syllabus. This is how you are going to prepare, and now I will see you in the classes, and I will take your question. Happy Women's Day, Asta, Sanjana, आपको भी. All right. I am in class 11th. Is there a course for me to prepare for CLAT or ALET in 12 minutes to CLAT? Pratik, yes, of course. For CLAT and ALET, again, you can enroll in the UDAAN batch itself and prepare through that. Okay? Yes, you will get printed books if you enroll in UDAAN Plus. So there are two courses. One is UDAAN and one is UDAAN Plus. Both have same classes. The only difference is in UDAAN Plus, you will get books, printed books delivered to your house. And as I told you, if you get a rank below 300, you will get your fees back as well. Okay? Alright, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm good, Manik. How are you? So, alright, I guess that is it. Pratik, that course is for 1 year, but you can enroll, and if you wish to revise, then you can enroll in the next course. Okay. No, there is no problem in taking a drop. Pratik, Baki, a number is given in the description box. You can call on it and have your queries answered better. No, there is no problem in taking a drop. I also took a drop, Bajaj, and prepared for it. Heyman, make sure that legal reasoning or analyzing your mocks. Like, for example, if you have answered something wrong, then revise that topic, attempt that particular mock, those particular questions again in a week's time. So you will be able to analyze better. Okay, Manik, Aram batch started long time back, like 2-3 months back. Udaan is a new batch. It started just this month. Arya, I was in NLIU Bhopal. Did my BLLB from NLIU Bhopal and then did my masters from GNLU Gujarat. Okay. So all right, guys, thank you so much. I hope this was helpful. All right. Now I will see you in the next class. थैंक यू एंड टेक केयर एंड आई होप आप लोगों को ज़िंदगी में जो चाहिए आपको वो ज़रूर मिले, आपको जिस कॉलेज में जाना हो आपको वो कॉलेज मिले और आप हमेशा खुश रहें. सो थैंक यू एंड टेक केयर एंड बाय. आर्या, दैट इज़ ओके. मतलब आर्ट इज़ अ गुड सब्जेक्ट. Yes, Arya, you can do BLLB. Anyone with any subject can do BLLB. ठीक है? Alright guys, bye. Tata.